Project number 1. I want us to start by getting the nutmeg plants, getting the clove plants, getting the cinnamon plants. Because remember, project number 1 is that we are going to replant all of the spices of Petit Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada.
The National Democratic Congress administration is approaching its first 100 days in office, and some of the NDC's election campaign promises are now under the microscope.
To repay to the teachers of Petit Martinique and Carriacou and Grenada the salaries that were docked unjustly from them, and that those payments should be made as early as the end of July 2022.
The NDC's transformation agenda included part of its commitments, the payment of pension, reviewing the national minimum wage, and free education up to term CC.
Once the cabinet is appointed, we did indicate that we would be taking steps to ensure that these fees do not prevent our students from entering secondary school or entering primary school, as the case may be. So obviously I expect the Minister of Education and the Ministry of Finance will do what is required to ensure that students are registered and not prevented from registration because of $300.
In early July, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell promised that within the next 100 days in government, his administration will address the issue of pension payment.
Our intention, frankly, is to have action on that within the first 100 days. So that's one of the next big steps. We really want to address the worker issues in Grenada, because we think if we do that, we'll have industrial peace, we'll have goodwill, and then the productivity that we need to move the country forward.
Less than 2 weeks later, the NDC government announced its intent to commence retroactive pension payment by November 30th, with a pension secretariat approved at the end of July.
We can find all kinds of reasons to not do it. We can make all kinds of excuses to not do it. But we are committed to doing it. And I can assure you, as long as I have breath, it will happen on or before the 30th of November.
The supplementary appropriations bills to facilitate the process of retroactive pension payments are scheduled before Parliament in the coming weeks. The Prime Minister also noted the cost of living factors affecting citizens will be a focus as highlighted during NDC's campaign. Several government initiatives have since been launched in that regard.
Small and micro-sized enterprises in Grenada can access up to $30,000 in grant funding to inject into their businesses. This falls under the third component of Stimulus Package 3.0, which government launched on Tuesday.
We will monitor the situation on a month-by-month basis. Should the price per gallon begin to trend upwards, and should it get to a point where, again, it becomes difficult for our citizens to pay, we will then look at reinstituting the cap. For now, we are going to gauge, as an indication, somewhere around $17 per cap. So we can assure the public that should the price per gallon go back to at least $17 per gallon, then we will reinstitute a cap at $17.
The government has also decided to continue not to collect petrol tax as of the next price change on September 18th. This will continue till December 31st. Meanwhile, as of October 1st, 2022, a pre-COVID cap will be implemented on all freight rates for 6 months for the first instance.
Several commitments made by NDC can be checked off the list, including restructuring and upgrading the Imani program, the National Spice Replanting Program, which was launched earlier this month, and the appointment of a committee to establish a cannabis industry. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.